Hey guys, I'm from ReveMoto. So today we're going to be working on this 2018 Ford F150 driver's side fender installation. If you guys like this video, go ahead and like, subscribe, and turn on that push notification. And also, if you guys need this particular part for your vehicle, the link is up above and also down below. If you guys need any pre-paint auto body parts for your car, go to ReveMoto.com, your pre-paint auto body parts source. Let's go ahead and get started on this vehicle. Alright guys, so here's the old fender. We're going to take off some parts off of it. First, it's going to be the sensor right here. You guys take a look at it. Alright, so we're going to take off the sensor right here. So what you're going to do is press back on these things. So let's see. Press back on here and here. See simultaneous? And that sensor comes off. Don't forget that rubber piece right there. So put that to the side. So remember, we press down on each side. So I kind of did one side first and then yanked it, and then when I saw it release, I put my other finger in the other one and then yanked it. So then you go ahead and push down on this, and then there's your cover. Alright, so then you guys have this piece right here that hidden bolt was in. So you just press down on this tabs and that should come right off right there. Alright, so right here guys, you guys are gonna have your emblem. And I think these emblems are pretty expensive. Usually emblems are really expensive, but these things are held down by double stick tape. So to get this off, you need to heat it up just like how we did it. But don't heat it up from the front because you're gonna ruin this plastic piece. You're gonna overheat it and it's gonna basically what's it called? Melt. Alright, so since we got the technical term for that thing, I'm gonna go ahead and get this stabilized. I'm gonna get a heat gun. And we're gonna use one of these things, and we're gonna go underneath. I'm gonna pry it down. But first, you gotta heat it up. Okay, we're gonna flip it over. And if it's hot enough, you can go ahead and put this on there. The worst thing you guys can do is try to take it off and force it. It's going to break the emblem. There we go. Perfectly removed without breaking it. And it's all done by these double stick tape right here. So that's going to be work to be done on that. Alright, so this is our new fender right here. So we're going to go ahead and put the sensor back in. So you guys see this little slots right there? You got to line it up so it won't go in any other way. You guys have to line it up like that. And then you press and you hear it click, and then kind of wiggle it, see if it fits. Alright, that works. And then your sensor right there goes straight in there, but making sure like the rubber piece doesn't come off. So line it up, and then you should be able to click it. There we go. And that should be in place. One thing you do have to take a look at is like if the rubber piece is either caved in or deformed, take it back out and then making sure it's lined up correctly. Okay, the next thing is that piece right there. That's really easy. Again, it only goes one way and you press down and it clicks. Alright guys, so you're gonna leave the door open slightly, I think just like that. So like 45? No, 65? Somewhere on there. It's at an angle somehow, but it's angled in a way that I can put that fender in there, the little side, and then I have to work this way first because I have to clear this headlight. A couple things is gonna prevent you guys from getting this fender ring correct. So there's a this thing right here has to line up with a hole that's on the fender. Okay, right there. And then you see this little thing that's coming out. That thing also lines up with the fender. There's like a groove on the fender. That thing needs to be on there. And then if you guys look back here, you see this thing right here? That fender has to be behind that because that's where we screw it on. Okay? Let's try it again. Okay. So knowing that now, knowing that I need to line up this fender with that groove right there, along with this. There we go. Good. 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 Come over here. This thing needs to go behind here. Okay, good. All right. Lined up. Lined up. Line up, line up. Okay, holes are good. So we're gonna put 2. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is gonna put those bolts on top. Those 3 bolts. We're not gonna tighten them all the way. We're just gonna put them there so we can line up the fender, and then we'll tighten it up. And the next thing we're gonna do is put that bolt in there. The one that I know I would forget. I'm gonna put that in now. This one I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up. It should be fine. There you go. So what I'm gonna do first is gonna work on the gapping of the fender to the hood. So I'm gonna drop the hood. I'm gonna take a look at that gap. Take out the... Alright. Right off the bat, you see right here, the gap, it gets larger. So I know I gotta push in this side. What I do know is this side gotta go in a little bit. So I'm gonna tighten this up. Because I'm gonna drop the hood again. But drop it slowly just in case you push it too far in, that it doesn't damage the fender. Okay, so now push down on it. As you guys can see, the gap is a lot better, but I do need to push this one out a little bit like that. So that should be good right there. So this is the gap. I've compared it to the other side, and this is the gap you want. So just knowing that, and it's out a little bit right there, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up this side. So I'm gonna tighten this up. I'm not gonna move it too much because I know that's a good gap that I have. So don't move it too much. Alright, so there you go. You got the gap you guys want, and it looks just like the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up the top because I know I'm already done with the top part. So now you're gonna work on this top part right here. So you guys can see the gap was a little bit off right there, so you just gotta push it down a little bit, and then go ahead and get, and I think I gotta push down a little bit and back, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put that bolt in there. Alright, so just feel it, making sure this is level. This level, the gap is perfect. So I know some people are gonna say that's too much, but that's actually the same amount of gap on the other side too. So tighten that up. Put this cover back in place. So all you do is, there we go. Should be it. We're good there, we're good there. So now we're gonna work. Alright guys, you tell me how that color matches. I'm not gonna say anything. Alright, so now we gotta work over here. So from here to here, there's a bolt. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up. So you guys go look in there. You see like there's like kind of a tan mark. That kind of makes sense for a car because it's not painted right there. But if you line that up with that, that should give you like the perfect gap. Alright, what was that? I think that was a 7. Is that a 7? I think it was a 7. Yeah, it was a 7. 7 in my pocket. So this one you gotta open up a little bit. It's probably gonna block your view, but I'm just gonna insert it in there. Alright, let's see how this gap is. Boom. Perfect. And that color matches. I was gonna say delicious, but it's perfect. This thing even doesn't match that. Look at that. They couldn't even match the pillar with the fender. I mean, the door. We matched the fender with the door. Alright, continue on. We're gonna go ahead and put that bolt right here. You gotta push back a little bit on it because you guys can see it's not lined up. So you gotta line it up like that. Okay, so we gotta push back on this. This is gonna be a little bit of a tricky one because you gotta make sure that bolt goes in there. I'm gonna check the other side just to make sure the gap is correct. Alright, yes sir, that's correct right there. These bigger trucks, they kind of throw me off because the gap is so large on them, but that's how they are. So now there's gonna be a little bit of a tricky part right here. It's like you gotta push in while you're putting that bolt in so it doesn't move. Okay? Alright, so it's gonna be a long one. Where's it? Oh, this one right here. So it's gonna be a long one. So first you're gonna use your hands, get it in there. So let's see where it is. You can feel that hole. This one's a tricky one. Let's use an extension. I see the hole. So I'm gonna put this thing in there first. So let me check because there's like this there's this clip that moves around. It's not steady, but sometimes that thing moves around so much that you can't put it in. Nope. We're in. So now we can go ahead and tighten it up. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten it up. Yep, so I can see the bolt is going in correctly. Remember, you gotta hold it until it kind of grips and it gets hard to turn, and then you can let go. So it's like right about right there. Alright. There we go. Gap is good, gap is good, gap is good. Good. Lined up. Everything's lined up. Okay. So now we're gonna come down here. Put that bolt in. So we're gonna go and tighten that up right there. The bottom bolts. Off camera, I already went ahead and tightened this up. So those bolts right there. And also just double check that nothing moved while you guys were tightening things up. So right here the gap is still good, still lined up, so perfect. Then down here you're gonna go ahead and plug that up. So again, you can only plug it up one way, which is this part facing that way. And just kind of go in there, and you hear a click, it'll be like click, and then tug on it, and then sensor's good to go. Alright, so we're all done on this side, so we're gonna go ahead and put the fender liner back in place. So it goes behind, so you gotta push it behind the fender, behind the fender, behind the fender. Yes, sir. Okay. Go. You can only put it in one way, so you just have to line it up. So line it up, click it into place, and then upside down, that tab goes in there. Push it in. It should click. There we go. Secured. So these are gonna be your 732, I believe. Is it? No. No, yeah, those are your 7s. So, those screws right there, are you gonna be your 7? Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and tighten this up right here. The fender liner just keeps going backwards. That's the problem. But I think I got it. Oh, sometimes you gotta go underneath. Okay, that's perfect now. So now you're gonna go underneath the fender right here, and it's gonna be your 3 bolts. That's gonna be the 732. Alright, so now the fender's secured. Alright, the other thing we're gonna put on is this bracket right here. I didn't take it off in the video just because it was already broken, but basically all you do is snap it off right here. Okay, but we're gonna just gonna go ahead and put this back on, because if we did replace it, it's not that broken. It's this little tab right here, but because they're not gonna replace this, and I know for sure if they replace this later on down the line, they're gonna take this off and this bracket's gonna break again. So it's not gonna do anything just because it's already broken, and the place that it's broken at is right here, and this is the same exact place. So you're still gonna get connections all the way through here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it back on. So put this to the side like this. Okay, maybe not. I'll just hold it then. Go ahead and put this bracket back in right there, and you're gonna go ahead and put those well, actually you're gonna have to put this on first. Back here, hold that bracket in place. Okay, and you're gonna go ahead and put those bolts, those 10 millimeters in there. Alright, go. I'm gonna go ahead and push this in. So just gonna line it up. Make sure everything's lined up. Just like that. See? That bracket didn't do much. So it's still secured, but again, like I was saying, if the customer decided to get a new one, this thing, when he pops it open, more than likely this tab is gonna break anyways. So instead of him paying double later on down the line, it's better just keep the old original one that was already broken. Alright guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and put the fender liner on. So now we're gonna go ahead and put on that flare on. So you guys see these tabs right here? It's gotta line up with the holes, okay? So don't press down until you guys see that it's lined up, because remember, it's hard to take off. Alright, that should be secured, so the tabs should be good. Alright, there we go. Alright, so now you just go ahead and put these back into place. So just and right there, and right there. That's good, that one's good. That one's good. Last one right here. Alright. Alright, last but not least is gonna be your emblem. Alright guys, so that's how you install a 2018 Ford F-150. If you guys have any questions, comment down below, and if you guys want us to install any other part, let us know so we can go ahead and do that for you. Thank you for watching. Hey guys, I do want to thank you again for watching our great videos. If you guys need any parts for your vehicle, the ones that you guys see in our videos, or anything else, go to ReveMoto.com, your pre-painted auto body parts source. We sell bumpers, taillights, headlights, touch-up bottles, everything that you need for your vehicle. Go to ReveMoto.com, your pre-painted and accessories parts store. Also, go ahead and like, subscribe, and turn on your push notification for more great videos like this one. Thank you.